All right. Welcome to my CCR1 question. How does your product use or challenge conventions, and how does it represent social groups or issues? So, our film is a PG rated film, and this is because we want to represent a younger audience. Our character, um, our character Flynn, he's a prankster. He puts himself out there a
And what I'm
lot.
gonna do?
Here he is planning his prank. He definitely puts a lot of thought into this, and he likes who he is. He likes being a prankster, but the people around him don't. I mean, his brother yells at him. You can hear it right here.
Flynn!
His brother doesn't like that, and his parents don't like that. But our character doesn't really seem to care. He has a whole monologue about how he's going to enjoy going to summer camp this year, and he's going to make it his own thing. So our age rating would be PG to represent younger groups. And our production company, we would like to produce other movies like this, representing a young age group, things like that. Every Wimpy Kid and Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Groups like that, they have fun, they have upbeat films that also have a message behind them, like our movie. So our film follows conventions, most normal conventions. We start out with a date, telling exactly our audience when this is happening, in a journal, kind of a hint that our character likes to write down everything. He likes to document everything. And it goes straight into his prank. So instead of having an establishing shot or showing the audience where we are, instead we show our audience our character immediately because we know we're going to follow this character the whole time. It's almost unimportant where this is happening because it's just our character. We want to follow exactly what's happening to him. It's being told from his perspective. Nobody cares where he lives when he's the one thinking about it. So our film doesn't really follow conventions like that. It mostly follows mostly formatting conventions. So from the start, I would say our genre is told pretty well. This opening diary doesn't really tell anything, but the dialogue we use in this scene right here, where he's planning, he's talking about his stupid older brother, words like that nobody older would really say. He's a kid. He talks like a kid. He says everything like that. So we wanted our character to be relatable for kids around his age. We would say he's 14 in the movie. Anyone around that age would fit in perfectly. We didn't use any bad language or anything, so that even younger audiences could even connect. We wanted to keep it just like that. And our main character appears first thing. You see our main character immediately, and he's pranking his older brother, who's pretty insignificant in the movie. He's just the first prank, but in the first 2 minutes, he's the only other character we get to see. His parents are talking in the background here with a voice changer. We did that on purpose because we just wanted it to seem a little silly. But our protagonist is seen early on. The relationship between his brother is not really significant in the case of this movie because he moves on to camp pretty fast. This is just to show our character or our audience who the character is immediately. And our actors are shown right here. This is our title card, Operation Camp Takeover with the camo background to kind of show the military feel to it. And then we have a major motion picture created by Max Sharkey and Liam Roberts. We had a pretty split um we had a pretty split workload here. We worked on a lot of the same things at the same time, so we decided to just put both of our names there, no specific things because we were kind of everything together. And this is the only title card we have. Everything else in the movie is specifically tied to our character. We didn't want to take away from anything that was happening in his life. Nobody in the audience cares who made the movie. They're worried about the character right now. So we only made a title card to show this. So first of all, what would my MPAA age reading be? When we look at our film title at the end here again, we look at the font. We made it pretty bold with a little bit of background, but we wanted it to be pretty simple. Our character is making this journey himself, so we made it pretty bold, pretty, I would use the word basic. The background is for camo, but we just made it a nice bold title so the audience knows exactly what's happening. We're not trying to give away anything that's going to happen. So we made it just a nice bold, a little bit of shadow in the background. It pops a little bit. The one on the bottom pops a little more because it was a little harsh with the the colors, but once we got it there, it looked pretty good. So our title pops. We have it nice and bold, a little bit of shadow, perfect like that. And then the hook is this entire thing. This 2-minute film opening is I would say, perfect hook for this story. We start out with a date with stop motion. We use stop motion for this. That was pretty important. This was a new thing that we hadn't done before, but we put in here. It looked really nice. So we use a stop motion opening to kind of show the progress of time. Stop motion is a bunch of pictures, so we're showing the progress of time getting to this date. So on this date, we start out immediately with our character pranking his brother. We go right into the plot, what's going on. He gets in trouble right off the bat. No story building, no slow explaining who our character is. He goes, I'm Flynn, I'm a prankster, I'm gonna prank my brother, and then we go straight into it. As soon as he stops, we pull up his YouTube video. He says he's gonna post it on YouTube, and boom, camera cuts, and we're in his YouTube video. It's perfect right here. He is he's in a black costume with a hat on to show that it's kind of over the top. This is a comedy movie, so even though he's in his own house, in his own room, pranking his brother, who he's not gonna see, he still went all over the top, put on the hoodie and everything. We just wanted to really, really push the comedy agenda, even with the props in the background. So this is just a kid's bedroom. It's not really comedy there, but it makes it more coming of age. We're a comedy coming of age movie, so we did it in his bedroom. This was just how it was because he's coming of age right now. This was a perfect actor to use for this. So we only have the one main title. The most of the images used in the sequence are handheld per se. This is handheld. This long sequence right here, the prank, is handheld. It starts handheld and then he props it up, so it's kind of a low angle or high angle, low angle shot of the prank going on. But he sets it up himself, kind of breaking the fourth wall there, but not supposed to. This black screen, we have two black screen sequences, and that's reflection. Our character is just fully reflecting on what's happening and just speaking to the audience, but to himself. Even though it's a black screen and you can hear him talking, he's talking to himself. It's his thoughts in his head, and he's getting yelled at here. This is a still shot. We wanted a low angle, but we also wanted him reflecting while getting yelled at. So we just set up the camera here. It's kind of low on his body, cuts it off, more of a mid shot here. And then this one is a dolly shot because we start here. I'm going to mute the audio for you. But we start here and we start moving. I am sitting in the background recording this on a makeshift dolly, and I'm pushing the dolly along to follow him. This is kind of he's talking to nobody here. So he's talking to the audience, but since he's posting this online, he's just talking to a blank camera. So if you were actually to imagine him, he's just talking to a camera. He's vlogging right here. So he did this himself. He's a very inventive kid. I'm sure he could have found a way to put the dolly on. So that's exactly what we did for all of the prioritized images. So all of the images we used are, I would use the word silly. They're kind of over the top dramatic. Our character here, he buzzed his hair. His parents buzzed his hair because he pranked his older brother. Now, I know it's been going on a lot, but some may say that's a big jump from one to the other. So he buzzed his hair. Our actor decided in the middle of our filming, he's like, yeah, I'm going to buzz my hair, and it fits in perfect with the story. And I was like, that's great. We're going to fill in the dialogue here. So he buzzed his hair. It was over the top. It was funny. And I think it goes great with our comedy genre because are they really going to buzz their kid's hair over a small prank like that? But it's funny. I like that part of the movie a lot. So when it came to appealing to our target audience, we did a couple things. So we used different types of film conventions. We used stop motion here. We used stills and handhelds all together in the first 2 minutes. It was a lot going on. But we appealed to our audience by using a lot of dialogue that would appeal to them. We said our audience is supposed to be young. It's a PG movie. So our character talks about his stupid brother and how he when he reflects, it sounds like a kid reflecting. Let's go to his wacky. He says the word wacky. Nobody says that, but Our character does because it's a comedy.
I thought it would be like any other day with my willingly wacky pranks, but I guess I went a bit.
Willingly wacky pranks. That's perfect for what our character is supposed to represent. He's very outlandish. He does things that no other kids do, and that's fine. That's the message we want to send. There's definitely a limit to what what you can do, but you should do whatever you want to do. Our kid is a prankster, and that might harm other people, but this is a comedy, so our character is going to keep doing what he wants, and he's going to find success in it. Now, there are going to be setbacks, and he's going to learn his limits. Obviously, he shouldn't be messing with his brother before an interview, and he's going to learn that, and that's the coming of age part. But we enforce the comedy through the pranks and dialogue, and we found our audience through there. And technology was used effectively because it was very easy to film all this. From a kid's perspective, we're going to use an iPhone. So we propped up an iPhone on a tripod. For this shot, we used a dolly, and that was probably the most intense thing we did. We used stop motion here, also with a phone. All of this was filmed on an iPhone. Very, very simple. Set it up pretty easy, but it's all from the kid's perspective. So technology was used very effective in the case of that. So the main social group that we featured in this movie is kids. We Our actor is a kid. Our character is a kid in this movie. He's growing up and he's learning the limits, but he's being himself. And we represented this through some pretty major stereotypes. Kids are, the old people might say, nuisances. So our kid is a nuisance. He is going around pranking people just for fun. He just likes pranking people. Don't know why, but he does. And that's just who he is. Our kid is going to be exactly who he is, no matter who tells him that. That's just the rebellious nature of a kid. So after the parents yell at him here, he's like, I know.
As a punishment, I saw it as a challenge because every day I was pranking the same people.
Our character sees this as a challenge. Even though he just got yelled at, his parents buzz his hair, he doesn't care. It's a challenge for him. So our social groups are pretty much represented through stereotypes. They're rebellious. They don't care. They're going to be who they are. So the age represents them. Not really the gender. You can be whoever you are. Our actor is a male, but we could easily replace this with a female actor and tell the exact same story. It's just the message we want to send to young kids. Be who you are. It's okay. Find the limit, obviously, but know know that you can do whatever you want. Really, you're a kid. So to piggyback off of that, the main issue that is represented in our story is kids being told that they can't do what they want. Now, obviously, if a kid wants to have donuts for breakfast every day, that's something else. We want our audience to understand that if they want to follow their dreams, they can. Now, pranking is not really a dream, but it's something that the kid can relate to. So, our kid wants to prank and he doesn't care. He's going to do it no matter what. And he's going to find success, but he's also going to get yelled at. So our audience knows that our character is going to enjoy pranking, but he's also going to find that limit. Like he's going to understand why his parents might be mad at him. At the end, that's the character development we want to see with the coming of age story right there. So the main issue is suppression. Kids are being suppressed now. They are not sure who they are, what they want to be, because there's so many other voices. It's always like that. It's not just now. That's always like that growing up. So we want our audience to know it's okay to be who you are, and you can be anything you want to be as long as you put your mind to it. And our character picks pranking. All right, that'll wrap up my creative critical reflection. I hope you enjoyed.